Good Friday morning, everybody. It is now 7 o'clock. We appreciate you very much being with us. I'm Gene Levanchi.
And I'm Nicole Gabe. And yes, Friday's finally here. And it's going to be a great Friday and a great weekend. We get some get some changes.
I know. I feel like I need to thaw out. The last couple mornings, we all come in and your shoulders are up here and you're a little cold. And over the weekend, it's like that with the rush.
One of these.
Definitely one of those. And look at these temperatures. I mean, Keene, New Hampshire is at 26. Hyannis is double that at 52. So we've got a huge range this morning. Most of you in the 30s and 40s. We have some outliers that are starting a little warm in southeastern Mass, a little cold in northwestern Massachusetts. But you can see the wind is also going to be a player in the forecast today. And right now, these are current wind speeds with some even stronger gusts. And you can see we've got a pretty breezy situation for Plymouth, Hyannis, Nantucket, sustained winds at 25 miles per hour. And that's a wind that is set to peak this morning, but linger into the afternoon, specifically in those locations. Forecast in the Boston area is clear. We've got sunshine. We've got a kind of slow warm up through the 40s and 50s this morning, off to about 60 this afternoon, and 70s still in the forecast this weekend. I mean, it's going to be great. I've got a town by town breakdown coming up soon. Catherine? Yeah, so I think that's going to be the trend. Even over the weekend, as you're going to see some warming temperatures, you're still going to want to keep some layers on hand for the morning hours. But this morning in particular, feeling the chill. Most of you in the 30s and 40s. We have some outliers. We've already got 50s down across the Cape, and we've got some 20s in northwestern Massachusetts. But, you know, I think we're in this realm for most towns and cities. Afternoon 60s will feel good. It's going to be a little warmer, but it will also be windier this afternoon. A lot of our winds focus the morning hours down across southeastern Mass. You'll see those strongest winds gusting 30, 35 miles per hour down across the Cape and the Islands during the morning hours. And although the winds do tend to lighten up a bit in the Boston area this afternoon, I don't think that they taper off until tonight down across the Cape. Temperature-wise, we're going to be right around 60 degrees in a lot of spots here along the coastline, down to Cape Cod. Some mid-60s possible a little bit further inland. But where we have the wind, you have to consider we have the waves, right? That wind is going to drive those waves into the coastline. And with it, we do have some coastal flood advisories here for eastern Massachusetts. Potential for some minor coastal flooding and splashover with a high tide at noon today. This is your head of the Charles forecast. It's morning events today. I see 40s and 50s for morning temperatures in Boston, but you can see that awesome weekend warm up. We've got 69 in Boston tomorrow, 71 in Worcester, 63 in Hyannis, and similar temperatures for your Sunday plans. So, I mean, it's going to be super nice out there over the weekend. And if you're planning on enjoying some foliage, I think we've got some great conditions for that as well. Our 7-day forecast with the weekend always in view is going to have those 70s holding strong into next week as well. In fact, temperatures probably set to peak next week over what we see this weekend. Dry weather should last for the upcoming week. We don't have the next chance for rain in the forecast until Thursday. Back to you.
Yeah. It's not hitting us today, though, right?
No. Well, I mean, we're going to be back in the 60s today, but, you know, it's kind of like a slow lean into this warm-up starting today. New England Info on X posted this morning, Walpole foliage, and this comes from Adams Farm. You can see how gorgeous it is. We've got so much color out there that's blossoming. Next couple of weeks are really going to be peak for many of you. We've got temperatures that are slow to warm through the 50s in the Boston area. So let's go lower 50s at 10 a.m., middle 50s at 11 a.m., upper 50s at noontime today. And we don't stop there because highs should make it to the low in the mid 60s across the area with sunshine and wind, especially down across southeastern Mass. We've got winds gusting 20 miles per hour later this morning in the Boston area, but 30 to 35 down across the Cape and the Islands. And you can see, although the winds slowly lighten up this afternoon in the Boston area, it stays pretty blustery on the Cape until tonight. And that wind is going to help push the water into the coastline, which means with our next high tide at noon, we do have the chance for some minor coastal flooding and splashover up and down those east-facing beaches. We'll watch that until about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Head of the Charles kicks off today with morning events. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s. It gets even warmer Saturday and Sunday as well as we deliver on that sunshine. This is a look at your Saturday and Sunday highs across the area with lower 70s both days in Worcester and Concord. We've got Hartford, Connecticut in the mid 70s by Sunday. Boston a little cooler tomorrow. We'll flirt with about 70 degrees, and then we'll cross that threshold into your Sunday plans. And this is a look at the foliage report, which is pretty good north and west of Boston. Now, I'd say anywhere north and west of 128, you're really going to find some spectacular color. Peak happening right now in the Berkshires and parts of the northern Worcester Hills and parts of southwestern New Hampshire as well. 7-day forecast.
Good morning, everybody. Appreciate you being with us now at 8 o'clock. I'm Gene Levanchi.
And I'm Nicole Gabe. It's a chilly morning to start, but just hang in there. It seems like it's going to be a pretty nice day and weekend.
Yes, so today is the day. Today is the day it starts.
I'm sorry. This chocolate thing still has me upset.
Oh, that people are choosing gummies over chocolate? So chocolate's always going to be #1, but like, have you given gummies a fair chance? Because
yes.
like, gummy sharks are delicious.
My fillings and crowns are not big fans.
Oh, yeah, the Swedish fish are hard. Like,
oh, I love Swedish fish.
So do my kids. So do my kids and my husband. They stick though.
I want to show you something else though while we have a chance.
Tell me.
Let's take a look at the head of Charles Regatta.
Out there today. If you're going out as a spectator, I mean, layers are going to be important. It's only 45 in Boston right now. It's 32 in Bedford, 44 in Norwood. A lot warmer and windier if you're waking up on the Cape or the South Shore this morning. But I want you to keep in mind that it's going to be a little cool to start. We've got an even better warm up each afternoon coming to town this weekend. But we have a little wind to get through today first. This is going to be most prevalent if you're down in Plymouth, Hyannis, the Vineyard, Nantucket. But even in Boston, for those of you headed to the head of the Charles, there is a little bit of a breeze that we're going to be fighting, especially during the morning hours today and when most of Friday's events are going to be taking place. You can see temperatures warm into the 60s this afternoon. We're going to keep it nice and clear, but 70s Saturday and Sunday, even in the greater Boston area. Here's Catherine Prado with a check on the road. Yeah, let's do exactly that because we did have patchy morning frost and it's kind of a slow warm up. So some of you are still in the 30s. I've got a lot of 40s. I've even got some 50s on the map already. So patchy morning frost, something that's going to be behind us moving forward. Cape stays pretty gusty well into the afternoon. There's also the chance for some minor coastal flooding between about 10 and 3 today. It's a situation with some splash over in the usual spots. I wanted to take you to a live look in Boston right now out at the Charles River because, of course, we're watching the head of the Charles Regatta today. Kicks off with events this morning. 45 degrees outside right now in Boston, and at times you're going to feel a little bit of wind. More so Cape, where we're closer to that offshore storm. It's a little squeezing effect when you've got high and low pressure close together like that, which creates the wind. But overall, sunshine's really going to deliver on sunshine for the next many, many days. Today, of course, it's sunshine with highs around 60 degrees in southeastern Mass. This is where we've got most of our wind today, especially South Shore, Cape, and Islands. The further north and west you go, less wind you've got, and some warmer temperatures. Low and mid 60s expected Boston, north and west. As far as what should be on your radar, looking ahead to the weekend, we have absolutely no rain in the forecast until about Thursday of next week. We've got temperatures that are going to run above average with upper 60s in Boston tomorrow, followed by low to mid 70s on Sunday. You can see some even milder temperatures.